I love food, and I feel like because of my course as well, I do like nutrition. I have to think about my body a lot and what I ingest because it does develop into like diseases if I'm not eating correctly or if I'm like deficient in any nutrients. So I guess I would think about my body a lot in terms of a health perspective, but in terms of appearance, yes as well, because it's nice to look good. It's nice to look appealing to others, not only for myself, but for others as well, because it's nice to dress up every now and then.
What areas would you say you focus on the most?
My eyebrows.
Eyebrows.
Yeah, I feel like my eyebrows, hair, and my skin are like my main points. I try to keep them fresh and like healthy the most.
When you think about your own body, and you said that you do think of your own body because you want to look somewhat appealing, are there specific body areas that you focus on a lot?
For me, legs,
Legs, okay.
because like in terms of, for me, I love looking at legs. Like when people have nice defined calves, when people have nice legs, it's really nice. Like, yeah, the leg area, I don't really care about the upper body part, but I like focusing on my legs the most because I like wearing shorts.
Okay. Um, in ways you may or you may not notice, do you find yourself comparing your body to other people?
Growing up, yes, because of like everyone's like, oh, you should look like this is what you should aim for. These are what they would call body goals. Or like, for example, for me, in my personal experience, I would be walking along the street with like, for example, my mom. I'll be walking along the street with my mom. And then let's say there's a big person, like a plus size person walking down the street. My mom would be like, would point them out to me and be like, if you keep going at the rate you're going, you'll end up like that. And honestly, it was just so like triggering. And I was just like, well, damn, okay, I guess it's time for me to change the way I eat and stuff, or
Mhm.
like put exercise. But nowadays, I don't really compare myself to everyone because there's no reason for me to like, I don't know, like put that pressure on myself. As long as I'm happy with my own body and as long as I'm healthy as well, then I don't feel the need to try to be another person's body because it would never be the same anyways.
Okay. So then if you don't compare much now, but you compare back then, what I'm about to ask is for that version of yourself back then, what did you compare? So when you did compare yourself and your body to other people, what specifically did you compare and look at?
For me, I mainly compared myself to those who were, it was on two wavelengths actually. It was either the opposite spectrum of being plus size, so the whole like extremely skinny, or it would be people who are really toned and muscular, I guess. So people who had quite a few muscles, that's what I mainly looked towards.
What did you think about those two?
I think for me, because I also like dressing up, the people who were like supermodel skinny, that's who I looked up to the most because I was like, if I had like my mindset is if I had their body weight and they can't dress, imagine if I was their body weight and I could dress so much better than they can. And for the toned people, I guess it was more on the whole when I was exposed to more the healthier side of things.
Mhm.
So when I was more health conscious, I decided that, okay, maybe let's take a different approach because I can't go from where I am now to the opposite spectrum because I wouldn't be able to do it in a healthy way. So
Do
Yeah.
you compare online or in person?
Mainly online because the celebrities you're exposed to, or like the TV shows that you watch. I remember watching Super Size versus Super Skinny or Embarrassing Bodies growing up. They're really like triggering shows watching up. But yeah.
Do you feel like, or let me say this, who do you compare yourself to the most?
Um,
I mean,
back then or now?
both.
Well, back then I used to compare myself to mainly supermodel celebrities, like, for example, forgot their names, but like Gwen Stefani, I think, or like Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell, those kinds. But now growing up, I'm liking, because now like society's changed as well and it's more acceptable to be curvy. I like people like Lizzo because I feel like my whole, like Lizzo, Beyonce, people who have curves. I don't know many. Do I? Wait. Basically, people who are not, not as like skinny, if you get what I mean. People who have more like oomph and voluptuousness
That makes sense.
to their bodies.
Um, okay. Yeah, that was all understandable, don't worry. Do you think about like the way people perceive you?
Back then, yes. Now, not so much.
Back then,
Because,
what did you think they looked at?
um, definitely the lower part. So, head below.
So your
From
body.
neck below, yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
body.
your body.
But now,
So it's every part of your body?
yes. For me, especially my back, I was very conscious of my back. Because I remember growing up and watching a lot of videos of like when you video friends and stuff, I would rewatch them videos and I would see my back and how big it was and how like I had none of those curves, I had none of those, I had like bad posture. So I was like very self-conscious of that. But like now I don't care as much because I've been trying to fix my posture, for example, like things that can be fixed, like posture, the way I stand, the way I carry myself. I guess that's why I don't care how I'm perceived as much by.
Okay. So it's not more so you don't know if they perceive you or not, but you don't care. No.
Yes, like their comments don't mean much to me anymore.
Okay. Um, if you could change anything about yourself, what would you do?
In what way?
Uh, your body.
Um, if I could change one thing,
Anything. It doesn't need to be one thing. It could be more than one thing. What would you change though?
maybe my height. I want to be a bit taller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, you said one thing.
No, not one thing. Many things. It could be anything about your body.
Oh, okay. For me, my height, one thing. And then second, I guess, my hands.
Okay.
I just want them to look nicer and more like less chunky. Cause I feel like my hands are very small. So they look chunky because of their smallness. Like I have like very big palms, but my fingers are short. So I would want them to be a bit longer.
Mhm.